Hello everyone, my name is Ricky and I'm here to show you about this new board game that I created. It's called Mario Kart Party. I'm sure all of you have heard about the games Mario Party and Mario Kart. Well, right here is just a hybrid of both. In this video, I will be showing you exactly how to play this. Although, of course, none of you will. I think it will be interesting to see how this board game actually works out. So here we have all 10 characters that are playable. We have Mario, Luigi, Toad, Rosalina, Peach, Shy Guy, Donkey Kong, Bowser, Yoshi, and Metal Mario. My board game actually allows up to 10 players to tag along in this adventure. Game rules. Game lasts 3 laps. First person to cross finish line ends the game immediately and earns 1 star and 30 coins. Up to 10 players are allowed. Calculators are needed to keep track of your coins. A die is used to roll between 1 through 6 to determine your movement. Game starts as day. Boo only appears at night. I'll be testing out this game to allow you guys to know how this game works. For starters, we will roll the dice to determine where the star will land. Since I rolled the die number 1, the star will land at 1. So when I rolled the die, it got 1. That would be why I would be placing this temporary icon as a star. The star here costs 20 coins. Since it is just me, I don't have to roll the die to see who will be rolling first. But to determine who goes first, just roll the die and whoever gets the highest number will be first. Everyone here starts off with 10 coins automatically. As you notice, we have these spaces here. I will be discussing that a little bit later on. Where we really start is right here. So I'll be rolling the dice first. I rolled 2. So we go 1 and 2. Now in Mario Party, the blue spaces allow us to gain 3 coins, and the red spaces take away 3 coins. So in this case, I have earned 3 coins. Now let me roll the dice again. I got 4. 1, 2, and right here I'll be allowed to turn left. 3 and 4. Since I landed on a red, I actually lose 3 coins. Alright, let's say for example I rolled a 2. In this case, I will be counting my spaces. 1 and 2. As you can see, I landed on this happening space. What exactly does this happening space do? I'll show you. It's called service time. Your cart is having problems. Better take it to the shop. Once you have arrived, lose a turn and pay 20 coins. The die numbers 3 and 5 become 1, and the die numbers 4 and 6 become 2. In other words, when you land right here, you must head this way. This right here is called Service Road. It's something that I created on my own. These red spots are double, as you can see, so you will be losing 6 coins every time you land there. So if I was to roll a 6, for example, it will actually be considered 2. For in the service road, you can only roll a 1 or a 2. So 1, 2, and that will automatically be a -6. And what will happen if I landed at this happening space? I call this the parking spot. Lose a turn and pay 10 coins. So you actually get a park right there at that spot. Pretty simple, huh? Now what happens if I land right here in this happening space? This happening space is actually called the handicap. You must pay 10 coins. Why? Because you stopped at a handicap spot. Pretty simple. As you can see from this angle, your character will be sliding down this ramp and out this door right here. And here are the tracks to determine where you must go. Since you're in the service road, you have to head into the service area, which is where you will be paying 20 coins and losing a turn. Once your turn is up and you're ready to go, you will be released through these doors and out the back this way. Coming back over here, when you reach this spot, and let's say for example instead of rolling a 2 I hit a 3, you cannot go to the right. You must continue straight on, which will cause me to land on this blue right here. Now let's say I rolled a 6 from here. So what exactly is this? This is the item shop. Normally in Mario Party, your item lists are usually different. Sometimes you may get a good list of items, sometimes you may get a bad list of items. So in this case, how I made it so that we can get a good or bad list is by rolling the dice. Rolling the dice will determine what page your items will have on it. For example, I rolled a 5. Since I have rolled a 5, I will flip this over and see what items I have on there. As you can see, my items are golden mushroom, ruby poison shroom, blue shell, golden lamp, and bluebell. If I was to roll a 6, I will actually have the whole list on one page, which will allow me to buy any item I would want. Gosh dang it. If I was to roll a 6, I would actually be able to buy any items on this list. Here I have the descriptions of the items and its usage. I won't be reading all of them for there is a bit too much. So if you would like to take a look at it, just go ahead and pause it and take a moment to read. This is a continuation of the item list. If you wish to pause and read this, go ahead. Some of these items might be new or the usage will be different compared to the previous usage of Mario parties. But the star space costs 20 coins. Once you have purchased it, you're actually allowed to keep this token to help tally your mark. Before proceeding, I will roll the dice to determine what the next location will be. 1. Since I got a 1, of course it can't be placed right here, so I will just roll again. I got 6. 6 is actually over here right behind me. So in this case, that would be the new star location. Now to continue moving on. 2 and 3. So I just hit a happening space right there. What exactly does that happening space do? Well, first of all, the concrete truck blocks your path. Now you have no choice but to try to jump over this bridge right here. How exactly do you jump over the bridge, you might ask? Roll the die to determine what card to pick up. For example, here I am rolling the die. Number 4. I flip over the card and read what the instructions say. If you roll a 1, 2, 4, 5, or 6, you don't make the jump, and I must land on the target, which is right here. If you roll a 3, land on the star platform, which is on the other side of the bridge. So in this case, I will go ahead and demonstrate. 4. In other words, I don't make the jump, and I fail. Alright, in this case, let's say I roll a 3. 1, 2, 3. Great, I just landed on a Bowser space. How exactly does the Bowser space work? I'll show you. The Bowser space consists of 3 different lists. Bowser list 1, 2, and 3. Now in this case, 4 will become 1, 5 will become 2, and 6 will become 3. And I will roll the dice to determine which list I get. 5, so that becomes 2. I will flip over this list. And what do we have under here? So in this list right here, I have 1, lose 5 coins, 2, lose 1 turn, 3, lose 10 coins, 4, reverse dice roll, 5, Bowser banana, and 6, get poisoned, -3 to dice roll. So right here, I will be rolling the die to determine my fate. 2, I lose 1 turn. So now I have officially rolled a 3. What happens to that happening space when I land on it? As you can see, this is a mushroom. Clearly, it must be an item space. Well, I actually have a die over here that will determine what item we will receive. So, this item die actually consists of a blue shell, a banana, a coin, and a green shell, and a lightning. So, I will roll the die to determine what item I will receive. I received a green shell, and I will keep that under my inventory for now. So now I have rolled a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've actually landed on this happening space. What does it do exactly? Well, here's a card to show you. A new path has been found. Go to the star platform. What exactly does that mean? It means this truck has officially moved, and as you can see, there's a new path that leads to the star platform. So you will make your way right there. And at the end of your turn, this does go back in place. So we already know what this Bowser space does, but what exactly does this do? Well, let's land on it and find out. So this is actually called Detour. What this means is that the player must turn left. Color changes from red to blue or blue to red every time someone lands here. Flip a coin to determine multiplier of each spaces. Heads is times 1 and tails is times 2. As you can see, you have the color blue and red in each of these squares. So right now, at the start of this game, everything is blue. But since I landed there, it must change to red. And by flipping this coin, heads multiplier 1 and tails multiplier 2 will help me determine the fate. So you can see I got a tails. Therefore, I will be placing it on multiplayer 2. And now on my next turn, I must come down here. Now that I've made my way around this course, I've actually landed on this happening space. So what exactly does this happening space do? It's called side races. Let's read what this card says. Every player must enter the side races. Roll the dice to determine the stage you will be racing in. After that race has been completed, set it aside until all races have been done. So we have 8 stages right here. How exactly will this work when I only have a die of 6? I'll just be removing these 2 for now. Every time a stage is completed, 1 will be added to it. So, I have rolled a 1. That will be Moo Moo Medals. What exactly must we do? All players enter 10 coins. First place wins all coins plus a mushroom. Second place wins only a mushroom, and third place wins a banana. Before I go any further, let's just say that I had made this jump and I miraculously landed on this game guy space. What exactly does a game guy space do? I'll show you. If the player lands on this space, game guy flies by and takes all your coins and leads you to a minigame. If you lose, you get nothing. Roll a die to determine a minigame. If a minigame with multiplayers are involved, roll a die to determine who played. Higher wins. Minigames with multiplayer will randomly be given quotes. This ought to help you choose who you'll think will win. Warning, the quotes may mean nothing. Choose your multiplier, times 2 or times 99. For example, we'll just say I landed on the magic cards. Here we have Game Guy's magic cards. There are 2 cards on the field. One has a Toad, one has a Bowser. If you hit Bowser, the game ends and you win nothing. If you hit Toad, your coins double and are given a chance to double again. As you can see, this is the first round. The second round also just doubles your coins, but the third rounds can multiply by 4. So, and this minigame is actually really simple. You just choose which card. But if the card lands on a Bowser, you lose it all. You do have a choice to continue to round 2 or 3, but you don't have to. So what exactly does this happening space do? Well, it's exactly like this. The color changes and you must flip the coin to determine the multiplier. But you do not have to go down this path, but the person in back of you must. This happening space actually turns daytime into nighttime, which brings out the boos, which one is located right here and the other one over here. When you reach the drive-thru, you can see there's an arrow pointing to the menu. This is actually where you buy your items. In other words, this is a second item shop. If you land in this happening space, it's actually called Goomba's Burgers. Flip a coin to determine the multiplier. Heads is 2, tails is 3. Roll the die to determine how many coins you will win. So for example, if I roll a 6, the multiplier is 2, I would get 12 coins. Now what happens if you land on this happening space? It's pretty obvious. You must go down Service Road. And well, you should already know how that goes. So let's say for example Boo is available. To steal coins is actually 5 coins. How I determine how many coins I steal is simple. You just roll the dice 3 times. Add up the numbers, and the number of coins that added up to will be taken away from an opponent. The stars are able to be stolen for 50 coins from an opponent. And that is just about it. When you reach this point, you do not have to go right and then left and right and left. You just choose whether you want to go right, or you can choose to go left and just continue straight on from there. Once you have crossed the finish line, you will automatically get 10 coins just as in Monopoly when you're crossing the goal space. And then you will continue from there. So there's an arrow that points to the service truck. This service truck costs 20 coins, and you're allowed to place on any player on the map that will bring it back to this start point. In other words, causing the player to go through the service road. Alright, you guys, and that concludes my tutorial on how to play this game. It's very simple and really fun, although it could be time consuming. It is very well worth it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.